I see you guys consistently showing up, a lot of you. And I know one thing about mankind, right? One thing about mankind is that he wants to get better. That's what I know, right? I know another thing about you is that unless you're here, you're failing miserably. And I know that truth because I've studied all the teachers you've studied, but I was smarter when it came to studying. I'm just a better student. That's all that means. I'm a better student. You ever been inside a class when there's a lot of students and one student outshines everybody? I did that in jiu-jitsu. I did that in taekwondo. I did that in the mystery method. I did that in hypnosis. And I did that everywhere I planted my feet. I became the #1 student of the teacher everywhere I went. Even in Maharishi's class, even though he wasn't there, his spirit has been there. I was and am the #1 student of that place, and I know it. And so what I'm coming to you as is I'm coming to you as a student who's achieved a certain level of mastery when it comes to what you want, okay? Now, I also don't come in the spirit that Jesus comes. I'm not that, okay? I come in the spirit of the most pure vengeance because I think that you need to be shaken and woken up. Now, when I say I don't come in the spirit of Jesus, I'm only saying that to you because you've misinterpreted the Bible. Jesus came with a vengeance. You should know he came with a vengeance. He walked through the land and all he did was preach his teaching and tell the hypocrites that they were hypocrites and rebuke demons and heal the sick. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. That's exactly what I'm doing here. And I challenge the entire world to tell me that I'm wrong and show me that I'm wrong. You could say whatever you want to say, okay? But every day I'm going to walk through the land, perform miracles, and help people get better. I'm not going to say the words heal the sick. I don't even know what those 2 words mean. I don't think you know what sickness is. I don't think I know what sickness is. And I don't think we know what healing is. Those are just symbols. But I do know how to do this without a doubt. I know how to improve your condition where you're failing miserably, okay? So myself, I'm a testament of my own philosophy. And then comes the advanced students. So if you're showing up every single day here, that's really good. Some of you guys, I see, look, we got a bunch of guys up there that are actually advanced students. They show up now, they'll stay till 2, right? Every single day, 10, 11, 12, 1 and 2, 5 hours a day, sometimes 4. Sometimes we finish at 1 if I have to go on a date or something. Definitely, without a doubt, without an exception, we go 4 hours a day. And what are we doing for 4 hours a day? Look, there's not a script in front of me, right? So for 4 hours a day, I'm going to speak to you from some sort of record somewhere. They call that the Akashic record. It's available to me to speak and to speak to intelligent human beings. I'm going to ask you a question if you're online right now. I know the answer here. Yes or no, don't answer out loud. I know the answer to the question I'm asking. But I need you to know the answer to the question I'm asking. That's the big fucking difference, okay? Yes or no, are you or are you not the most intelligent person in your family? Don't answer out loud. Yes or no, are you not the most intelligent person out of your group of friends? If not, the #2, at least. So I'm speaking every day to individuals who are the smartest in their bloodline, smartest in their group. I have another question to ask you. If you're in a relationship, unless you're in a relationship with me, I have a lot of girlfriends online right now. By the way, my girlfriends watch. Where's your girlfriend? I hope you have the ability to lead them the way I do. Because if you don't, I'm going to call you on your crime on humanity. You're withholding the key to their freedom because you're afraid they're going to want me over you. And the fact of the matter is they are going to want me over you. And that's what's scary about the situation. What are you going to do when you have the keys to freedom and you withhold it from a woman that you love if you're a man? Now, if you're a woman and you see the freedom, what do you do when you go back to your man and you know he can't lead you. And that's the danger of me and IMC Nation. The only danger in it is that it improves everybody, but you're in such weak relationships. You're on such shaky ground, build your castles on sand, that even a slight tremor may break down all of it. Now, the thing is, they may never see me, right? You could hide me forever. Well, good luck with that. But they may never come across me the way you don't want them to come across me, okay? But here's what I'm asking you. The way that you're treating the situation, isn't it the way you treat every situation like that? That's the danger. Isn't it a weakness in you that we're looking at? Isn't it a lack in you? A missing element in your life of wisdom? Now, you could very well go read some books and acquire the wisdom yourself, but you won't acquire wisdom like that. You'll acquire knowledge. You can acquire knowledge. You might even remember more books than I do. That's knowledge. But you're not going to acquire wisdom. Wisdom comes with experience, right? So now, let's take a look. Every day for the past, how many years? We go about 4 hours a day minimum, sometimes longer. Sometimes we've gone 6 hours. Sometimes we've gone 3 days in a row in the camps. Every day, we get to analyze, speak, and try to get our ideas known and seen by others to see if they're the proper ideas to use. Of course I'm gonna win, motherfucker. We've been doing this for a long time. My ideas are stronger than your ideas. They've been tested. However, there's more to it. There's more to it. Every week, this is not, I'm gonna say for the last 12 months, okay? 11 months. But it's like that for the last 12 years, even in San Jose. Every week and every single day, without missing a day, I myself am in interaction with beautiful women on a level of intimacy like that's the woman that is either with me as my woman, or we're in dialogue and that woman is gonna be mine. And not just one, not just two, not just three. If it's a day where I don't go out, I'm dealing with 7 to 10 women who are having an intimate relationship with one man. Now, if I wasn't me and I heard that shit on the other side, right? I would either have to call bullshit on it or I have to find out if it's true or not. Well, it can't be bullshit because there's one, it says Azd Angel 1, and then it says Azd Angel 3, Amazd, right? And there's Azd Angel 777. So those are three available right now. Available right now. Number 4 is in my house sleeping right now. That's number 4. Number 5 is in Vegas sleeping right now. Number 6 is in Vegas with her son right now sleeping. Number 7 is in San Diego sleeping. Now, every day, I have to communicate with these individuals. Every day. That's called wisdom. Wisdom is acquired through experience. Now, I'm going to ask all the men online. Ready? How small are your balls compared to mine? Come on, King Kong. How tiny is your great little balls compared to mine? Just really look at it, because see, the thing is, should we show up in the same environment, my balls will shake that floor if I walk on it. And you're gonna have to do exactly what you do now. Run. Ready? Run. Remember that fucking Instagram? That's me. Now, the thing is, I'm not even gonna show up alone. I'm gonna show up with minimally 5 other guys who are also skilled at acquiring wisdom on a daily basis, at least for the last 5 years. Like, I can guarantee the last 5 years because they've been around me, living with me, doing it on my schedule. So I'm showing up with a team of intelligent, wise individuals on the same subject that brings you on the daily over here, right? Now, the thing that I've noticed in my life and what I'm fixing in my life is that people have a hard time just seeing what's actually right there, especially if it's something that's an anomaly. Anomaly is something that's strange or different, not usual, in quotes. Whatever the fuck usual means. And the problem is that all we do is we call it a UFO, right? Excuse me, a little nicotine thing I take. We call it a UFO. And that stands, it's a symbol. It's a symbol. It doesn't mean a flying saucer. It means an unidentified, you can't identify it, flying object. It could be anything because all we see is the light and the speed and the movement. We don't get a clear glimpse, man. Right? However, based on our own understanding of physics and our own capabilities, based on our own physics of being in airplanes and seeing it, and our own capabilities, we know something about that UFO. If there are beings inside of this ship, they can't be less advanced than you and I. That's a guaranteed. They're never gonna land and 4 cavemen in loincloth are gonna walk out. The American Indian, before he got civilized by the white man, doesn't walk out. You like that one? That's a brand new one. That just came out. That was a good one. Shout out to white people for civilizing the barbarian Indians. Go ahead and spread it online. You're welcome to. Okay, you're welcome to do that. I've noticed something about the white man wherever he goes. Wherever he goes, he refines their culture. I've seen black men who sound educated sound like white men. No black man in Ebonics is walking around teaching at Harvard. Nobody would even want to fucking listen to that shit. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, dog? Know what I mean? Shit, you know what I mean? Nigga, you know what's up? No, that's not an educated, that's a minimum vocabulary. That's ooga ooga baga baga. I don't see them worshiping trees. I see them using trees because God gave us trees to use. Why do we know that? Because we could plant 100 trees for every 1 tree we cut down. Right? We don't need to worship the fucking tree. Everywhere they went, a McDonald's showed up. And if they were wrong, they couldn't have won. That's what I know about life. That out of all the complaints of all the colored, the red, the yellow, that's the Oriental, the red is the American Indian, the olive, that's the one race. That's the one race that stands with them. I'll tell you why. Because if you look up the oldest and the first civilized country on the planet is Iran, where I come from. So the white man can have whatever he wants to have, but somewhere in the Fertile Crescent, where my teacher said, wake up the giant, the first civilization was built and the first human rights. Now, I'm not claiming that as my fucking anything. I didn't do it. Maybe I did. I can't remember it. So I'm not like that, right? Because that's ignorant. It's ignorant for me to walk around and say, well, I'm Persian, so respect my intelligence. You're going to respect my intelligence that say you're not fucking speak. How's that? But I also know the history of the planet. I know that we all have 2 legs and 2 arms, and we walk around and we eat the same shit and do all that, and they say we're all the same, and we're absolutely not the same. Because I could walk through the jungle, and that cheetah, and that jaguar, and the panther, and the lion, all of those that I just said, and the puma, the cougar, the snow leopard. How many did I just name? About 6 or 7 different ones. They're all feline. They're all feline. Yet, they're all different. Black is different than white, is different than Oriental, is different than Middle Eastern, is different than Arab, is different than Vietnamese, is different than Korean, is different than Chinese, is different than Japanese. They all have chinky eyes, but all of them All of them have their own culture. Japanese gave us the samurai, the emperor, the haiku, many different things. So you, on one end, you love to speak about the Illuminati and you like to speak about one world government and act like you know something. On the other side, you yourself, your vocabulary was given to you by those people. So you're trapped inside your own language. You can't even speak. You are allowed to have your personal opinion about every single race, actually. You could not like blacks. You could not like whites. You could not like reds or yellows. That's your fucking prerogative. Now, I suggest you be able to back it up with some good fucking logic, okay? Because it's ignorant to not like someone because of their skin color. Because even in 1 trillion fuck-ups, there may be one okay one, or one great one, or one that would change the world. And that's all it takes. It takes one person to develop the flight formula, one person to create that. He always gets help. No man does anything alone here. No man does anything alone here. And that's what they've done, right? You go back to your own houses and you're alone. I don't like to be alone. I don't like to be alone. I can't see a reason for a chimpanzee to go lock himself up in a tree and watch Netflix by himself. I can see the reason for seeking solitude through your day, but to be alone is not a choice you made. It's something you accepted. You have accepted your sickness. And now you're going around in a convalescent, I think that's the word, I don't even know if it's the right word. You're walking around, it looks like you're in a hospital and you're carrying this thing and you got IVs, some of you in you, some of you don't. Some of you are pestering like lepers. And you're walking around pretending like you're okay. Who are you lying to? I sit here with multiple girlfriends and each one of those, listen, you could grab anyone. You could do a random wheel toss, like, and on my mother's life, on my father's life, on my own life, on everything I stand for, I will bet any of you that relationship is better than your relationship with any woman you ever had or are having. I'm not gonna say or will have, because if you study it, then you can do it too. Because these are laws of communication, laws of relationships. And I can't, for the fucking one particle of my intelligence, try to understand how a man can see me and not fully dedicate himself to what I do. And I mean it just like every other teacher meant it. If you ever see a teacher who does it as a fucking hobby, run. You better get away from them. I want someone whose soul is committed. He has no other way of doing anything in life, because then he is going to figure it out. That's why. He's going to have to figure it out. I don't want a guy that makes money 3 different ways. I want the guy who makes money off of what he teaches, whatever that is. Whatever that is. Because otherwise, all that time that he does something else could have been spent researching, applying, and bettering what his soul is screaming for every day. Right? And my soul has been screaming for something since I was a child. And I'm wondering if you have the same voice inside you, because my teacher, Manu, before he passed away, and I've had many teachers, that's what he told me. He said, get in contact with that part of you, then speak from it, and wake up in others what woke up in you. So what has that voice been? Now, just like these words, like, here's a word you use all the time. The moon. Have you seen the moon tonight? It's so big. You and I should both realize we're not looking at the moon right now. Right? You want to go, why don't you go stand on the moon for a second? You could do that as a spiritual being. Just take a little spot up there in one of those fucking craters, look around, see what it's like. That's the moon. You have to be on the moon to see the moon. You can't see the moon from back here, bro. Right? And you guys are looking at the moon right now, looking at the sun. Look at the sun. You think you know the sun? Oh yeah, the sun. Look at how bright it is today. Look how bright. You don't know the sun. That's a word describing the extremity of some force, a force of nature. Now, I consider myself a force of nature. I was born of the same materials as those stars. And you don't need to believe me. You could research it. I don't need to research it because I have insight. Thanks to meditation, thanks to prayer, which I'm consistently engaged in. If I said 24 hours a day, that would be a lie because there are distractions. But I'm engaged in meditation and prayer many hours of the day. And through those two, I have insight. I don't need a scientist to tell me that the same elements are in here. It's pretty fucking obvious when you look. Right? It's just obvious. It's really obvious. And it's obvious when I see a man who's dying and struggling, pretending. And boy, is it obvious to see a woman. Right? And you get fooled by it. You get fooled by their camouflage or whatever. Animals have camouflage. Animals have... It's a survival mechanism. If you told the truth, you'd be 1 inch away from ruining your own fucking life forever. One decision away every fucking day from destroying your relationships. One moment away from just annihilating your jobs. Right? One moment away from destroying your so-called friendships, your so-called relationships. Right? They are friendships. They are relationships. Okay? But there's levels to it, right? There's levels to it. Like if you walk into the nature and you go and you look for a dung beetle is in poo. That's how you find him. Dung, poo beetle. He makes his house inside the poo. Right? Wherever elephants shit, this motherfucker goes, rolls it up, fights other dung beetles for the shit. And he goes inside of it. And your life is shit, bro. I don't even talk to the women because the women that are online right now, many of them I lead. There are women who I don't lead, who have a man. You're a joke. And your man is a joke. If your man can't lead you, you're a joke. And you know it, and I know it. There's just no other, like, why are you here? If it's not valuable, why are you here? If it's valuable, why doesn't he know it? Is he busy doing some other important shit that doesn't matter? Are you willing to grab his phone and look through it? You could grab my phone and look through it. And you're going to see so many women, love messages. You're going to see naked pictures. You're going to see videos. But I'm a man. I thought a man is supposed to have that shit. Last time I checked, if he's successful, what kind of a successful man doesn't have that shit? One that was brainwashed? Now, I'm not a liar. I'm not a coward. That's different. That's just my existence. I exist as a being who does that. Because I'm a successful, in quotes, I really don't like that word. As a successful, that's not true, I don't like it. I think that when you use it, it does something to you. You've been duped and you've been hypnotized with certain words. Bro, I can sit here. Here you go, I'll do it. Today, a new Stargate opens up. Now, if you don't even know what that means and you've been around, then listen, here is me. Here is me. Okay? Here's my essence. If I could, with a thought, annihilate your existence, I would without apology. Just so you know how I feel about you. Like, I want all the men who follow me to know this. If you pay me $1 and you're not dedicated, you're paying $1 to the person that if he had 30 wishes, number 29 would be to annihilate your existence forever, actually. Like truly, from the depth of my soul on my mother's life again, on everybody's life, okay? Like, I don't have a problem with that, right? It's fine. It's okay. If I was racist, I would tell you I am. It's just that I have black friends, I have white friends and orange, and I have the closest people to me are every race. But I also know their shortcomings in their culture, because it's a culture, it's not a skin color, man, right? It's a culture. and I know their strengths. So anyways, today we open a Stargate. It's called the Samurai. I finished the Joker. You missed it, okay? You can still get it, but I'm just not gonna be so into it. Now I'm into the Samurai world, okay? Well, I'm past it, but I'm ahead of the game a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna open the Stargate today, and I have a promo that I wrote for you. You know why? Because I know exactly how to influence your mind. Now I'm gonna warn you right now. Go ahead and log off in this time. I've written this in a way that's going to pester in your fucking brain for the rest of your fucking life if you don't buy it. I'm giving you a warning before I start. I've written something to sell my product. And I know if you hear it, it's gonna plant itself in your subconscious mind, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's your warning. If you like to listen to it, I'm gonna play it in a minute or less. All right, you had your chance. Here's what you're gonna get for the Samurai Stargate. Now, the best part of this is your conscious mind now is prepared. The guards, okay, be prepared. You got that? You don't think I know that? You don't think I worked around that already? So I want you to come up with every single way of preventing this from going in if you can. Do it. Get the guards ready, get the catapults, get the dragons, right? Do what you gotta do. Get the alarm system, because there's nothing you can do about it. I already hear what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen to some people. Ready? Oh, that I'm not gonna think about that. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Is that it's gonna look like nothing happened. But you're gonna experience everything I know. Here we go.
Samurai Gate, a call to the warrior within.
Good luck.
In every man and woman lies a force, untapped, unclaimed, waiting. You feel it, don't you? That restless whisper inside reminding you there's more. More strength, more clarity, more power. The world has told you to bury it, to settle, to play small. But the samurai does not settle. The samurai rises. The Samurai Gate isn't just a program. It's a transformation. It's a summons to step beyond the ordinary and claim the life you were born to lead. To cut through the illusions that keep you stagnant. To armor yourself against the storms of life. And to master every movement, every decision, every breath. Let me tell you something no one else will. Comfort is killing you. Hesitation is chaining you. But you already know this. You felt the weight of it in your chest. The dull ache of potential left untapped. The Samurai Gate isn't here to offer you escape. It's here to give you freedom. And freedom isn't given. It's earned. Path 1. The blade of truth will tear through the lies you've built around yourself. The excuses, the doubts, the distractions, they are chains. And this path will teach you to cut through them with precision, with clarity, with power. Imagine seeing your life with razor-sharp focus, knowing exactly what needs to be done and having the will to do it. Path 2. The armor of the immovable will forge you into an unshakable force. Fear, failure, rejection, these things will try to break you, but this path will teach you how to stand firm, how to let the storms of life crash against you without ever moving an inch. Imagine waking up every day with a resolve so strong, nothing and no one can touch it. Path 3. The way of the eternal flame is where you master yourself. This isn't about fighting through life. It's about commanding it. Every action you take, every word you speak, will carry weight, purpose, and power. You will become the master of your destiny, radiating a presence that demands respect and inspires awe. Do you know what's waiting for you on the other side of this gate? A version of you that no one can ignore. A version of you that doesn't hesitate, doesn't waver, doesn't fail. The Samurai Gate isn't for everyone. It's for the one who's tired of excuses, who's ready to step into the fire and be forged into something unstoppable. Today is the day you decide. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because the truth is, the life you want is waiting for you, but it won't wait forever. If you feel the pull, if your heart is pounding, if your gut is screaming, this is it, the then you already know what you need to do. This is your moment. The samurai gate is open, but not for long. Will you step through, or will you let this chance pass you by, wondering what could have been? The choice is yours. The path is waiting. Take it.
In the end. Now, if you listen to that, it's a double-edged sword, and we call that the spellbinder's gift. Okay? I'm curious, do you realize something? Do you realize that every superpower that you've ever wondered about as a child is real? What if that was true, though? What if it was? And what if you had your own particular strength in some category, like a video game? We all have it, right? But some of us are stronger here, some of us stronger there, and that's why I have a team. Where I'm strong, I'm also weak in certain places, but my weakness won't show because there's others that are strong in those places, and vice versa. And the team keeps growing. INC Nation is a wild jungle that just keeps growing. It takes over the earth because it's an idea, and ideas can only be killed by better ideas. If you have a better idea, send it this way, it'll become our idea. That's why it's an organism that cannot be killed, because it's a mental gene, a meme. Should be called a meme, not a meme. Gene, meme, whatever. Meme sounds better. It's a mental meme. It's an idea that when it touches other ideas, it goes right through them. There's no stopping it. There's a reason for that, because it rides on God's code. The God code has been found here. Truly, it has been found here. And it's very easy. Ready? Evolve. That's the end. Now, that's just a word, right? That's a word. If you do any kind of like wrestling or grappling, even boxers, your ears will get hit a lot sometimes, and they'll break. Your ears break. The cartilage breaks because it's soft. Go touch your ear and feel what it's like. Then come touch my ear and see what it's like. You know, you can't pierce my ear anymore. It'll be like piercing bone. Here's the reason why. Because for 11 and a half years, every week, I was going to say every day, but I missed some days. Every week, my ears were smashed and hit. But instead of quitting, I stayed. Then there was pain. Then there was ugliness, right? At some point, it was so big, it was hanging over like this. I remember I worked at the time at a church. And I remember when I walk up, my ear was like this. It was heavy. If I went like that, my ear would go dunk, dunk, dunk. But not only that, you can't even sleep on a pillow. Now, what happens when they both are like that? Because both happened to me at the same time. You can't. You got to sleep like this. Any movement. But eventually, over time, if you stay in the experience, right? Evolution, if you don't die, is going to evolve you. And it's going to allow you to be there comfortably. Evolution, right? Now, I can get hit in my ear, and it's not going to hurt. You also can't pierce it anymore, but so what? So, the code of God is evolve. You could be an atheist, it's proven. Muslim, Christian, Buddhist. You're here to evolve. And you're trying, right? You're trying, but you're doing it wrong, right? Every person's dream is two. Every person's dream is two right now. One dream. They find a man or a woman who truly loves them. That's in all of your hearts, and you can't hide it. Someone who actually loves you and won't turn their back on you and will be with you for the rest of their life. That is your dream. That is your, it's put in there by God. That's how I know. That's how I know it doesn't matter what you say. That's one. Two, every person's dream is to have enough money to be able to live comfortably. Every one of you. Got it? Every one of you. Now, the money part, you might be able to handle. I'm going to bet my own life and everybody I know on it. You will not handle the other one. As of right now, I'm the only person who has that science. And I know that's hard for you to confront, but it was harder for me to confront it. It's more difficult to sit up in front of the world and claim that. But it's true. That's all I can tell you. So you need to wake up. You need to really, really, really wake up, okay? Because you're living and you're missing the two elements that you want more than anything in the world. Now, some of my students have enough money to live comfortably and they have someone that loves them. Number two, it's not stable. They know it and I know it. Okay? So they don't really have number two. It would be like if you were making enough money, but any day you could get fired. And you don't even know why, right? You show up and the boss is like, I found someone better. Or, you know how you said that yesterday? Well, I just don't like that and you're fired. Like, well, what do you mean? How am I fired? Can I work this out? No, sorry. I'm going to do my own thing. Like, that's the state of every other relationship, okay? So we have a solution to that. We have a solution to your entrapment. You're trapped, okay? And I'm not. I'm just not, okay? So we're going to move into the next class, which is just men. My friend right there, Johnny Ugent, if you guys are looking for a trainer, if you're looking for supplements, if you're looking for anything, right, to strengthen your body in any type of way, it says Coach Johnny U, all right? He purchased one of those leaps, right? And I do these myself. And so these guys know there's people I don't like who purchased it, right? It's in the leap. But that's my friend who's helped me out many times, so I'm excited to give him that gift. Okay, all right, brother, I'll see you in the next class. All right, everybody, we're IMC Nation. As my teacher said, and I told the whole world would be saying it one day and hear it, be the best and fuck the rest. See you in the next class.